Thank you, our leaders, Onyendu and our PM, for showing us the path to follow, and we are still standing and following that pathway till today. Thank you, our APM, the Punisher, who is still leading us and will continue to lead us until we achieve Biafra. Thank you for being there for Biafrans and continuing every day to encourage us and give us every reason why we should believe that Biafra is here. Thank you so much, our leader, Sonny Akbarawa, His Excellency. The Aram Koina, Minister of Information, the truthful Minister of Information, unlike the Nigerian terrorist Minister of Information that they are always lying to their citizens. Our Information Minister always tells us the truth. And we appreciate you for all that you've done for Biafra. And we cannot forget and I'll reconnect immediately. Sorry about that. I think it is worldwide. So let us try to share the space because we don't know how long it will last. Please share the space as you join. So thank you, our BDF. Without you, where would we be today? Everywhere in Nigeria, they're running kitty, kitty, kitty. But you are there defending our land. I welcome all the ministers here present and those that will join us later. I can see Minister Akota Abigail, welcome, ma. I can see Minister Mama Betty, welcome. And every other minister that will join us, we say welcome to BRGIE Space. Thank you so much. My co-host, Senior Citizen Ben, welcome. No, Ekomdo. Oh, Yaya Parawansi, Ekomdo, Amedi, Abasiudiong Fien. Totiville, Ekomdo, Emedio, Minister Kuta, Ekomdo, Emmanuel Emedio, no. Emeka, no. Simon Ekpa, Media One, no. Medi, Jimmy, no. Welcome. Biafra freedom, no, Ekomdo, is a bina one, Ekomdo, Sipin, Ekomdo. I'll be greeting you, Ekomdo, you know, as a Diana woman, I need to promote my dialect. Hey, yo, Ekomdo, no. You get why, Ekomdo, no. Mama Betty, hey, the most beautiful woman, Ekomdo, no. Clement, no. Onyenyere one of Biafra land, no. And if you have not followed Onyenyere one in his YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. It is called chimakotvyoutube.com. What are you waiting for? Go and subscribe to Onyenyere one of Biafra land. Thank you so much for doing that. We are increasing every day. Onyenyere, well done for that step you've taken. Sister Augustina, no. Medi, APM, no. Ekomdo Kukuro, Simon Ekpa, no. CN Rock, no. Young Money, no. Ekomdo, Rejan Fury, no. Medi, CEO, no. Emmanuel Ekomdo, Yaya Parawa, Solomon Ekomdo, Alozie, no. Medi, Nkechi, no. Emedio, Izude, the 18, Ekomdo to all of you. Atike, no. Medi, Simon Ekpa, no. Ezegbu, no. Ekomdo, Emedio, Wi-Fi in Parawa, Ipoiban, the Ekomdo, Echos, no. Medi Williams, Ekomdo, Simon Ekpa.
That Saturday, maybe not the urgent, do you understand? It's on a respond by itself, maybe can go, see how they move. And then on a program today.
So there was a break in transmission due. It cannot stop me from greeting my beautiful Biafrans. Chima Ekomdo, Onyejua no Ekomdo, Chidex no Ekomdo, Biafra or Biafra Ekomdo, Salome no, Gift Ekomdo, Stanley Ekomdo no, Chivo Ekomdo no, Emmanuel Ekomdo and no, and everyone in the listening anonymously I said, welcome to BRGIE Space. A condo. I said, young of wo space. Welcome, everyone. Yes, so senior citizen Ben, when you are tired of being the co-host, you let me know because I know this handsome Akbara Wansi will never be tired. Yes, so that we can relieve you. 30 is here or just let us know, okay? We are here. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate because without the two of you, I don't know how many times I would have restarted this space because I think it's a global problem with internet, but we will overcome. Yeah, thank you so much. This space will last, let's say, 4 hours. I've added extra 1 hour because today is Friday. Let's see how it goes. Okay, and we have a topic here, how Nigeria dual system fuels genocide and silence dissent. Yes, dissent in the sense that they silence any critics, they silence any suggestion you bring, they must silence you because of this dual system that they are holding. And we've also seen that peaceful opposition voices face intimidation when you want to, speak. They are trying to hide that freedom of speech. So all that comes under the subject there, dissent. So you can add your own meaning to what it means, but in a very layman's language, it means to silence any critics. They will just bury. They don't want you to talk. Yes, I heard. So you can expand it when you pick the mic to talk more. So as I said, I welcome each and every one of you across the globe, those in diaspora, those in the homeland, and to all the Christians in the Middle Belt who are burying their loved ones every day, every week. Also in Biafra land, we are still burying our people every day, every week. I say, welcome to BRGIE Space. I say, welcome to the freedom-loving people of Nigeria as well, because we know they are here, who are tired of the lies and tired of oppression from their own government, because we have a different government, which is Biafra Republic, government in exile, and our government is there to protect our human rights and make sure we have full security. And that is a more reason why the de facto government are working so hard to make sure we Biafrans continue to sustain our defense. I say welcome to all our allies across the world who stand for justice and human rights. Thank you so much for joining this BRGIE Space today. So for the next few hours, we will be dismantling a lie. Yes, when I say a lie, and exposing this deadly system called Nigerian terrorist system. Yes, the lie there, you may be wondering, what do I mean by the lie? Yes, so the lie there is that Nigeria is a unified democracy. That is that lie that they have been painting and showcasing to the whole world. But the truth is that it is a fractured state. Yes, deeply fractured, that is operating under two laws, and therefore there is no justice for a common man. And we've seen today, a few hours ago, that the Nigerian army soldiers are now raising alarm over being forced to work with the so-called repentant Boko Haram fighters. You see what is happening? These are the terrorists responsible for killing thousands of Christians and soldiers, the genuine soldiers. And these soldiers that are killing, they are Biafrans who refuse to, they resign from a Nigerian terrorist army back and then bring their expertise into the Biafra Defense Forces. We have already sacrificed them and used them as sacrificial lamb according to our Onyendu, because they are the ones that are being killed. You can see that this is the height of Nigerians' deception and betrayal. While this same government releases mass murderers and reintegrate them into the society, their citizens and soldiers are left vulnerable. You see, how can they now force these few soldiers to go and work with Boko Haram? So that is what we'll be doing this evening. We'll expose how this dual system, the constitutional law that exists on paper, just on paper for sure, and Sharia law that operates in the 12 states, 12 northern states. Yes. So this is what has sorry about that. This is what has created this systematic inequality and enabled the genocide of Christians that is still going on every day. and it is the very, very weapon behind being used to, suppress the voices of Onyendo and every protesters that went down that day, especially, and also Showere, and all of us who cry out for freedom. Yeah, so I just want us to, I want to explain to you the segments that how the space will run. I have created like 4 segments how it will run, and please let's be guided because we don't want confusion. Whenever you pick the mic, please focus on what we are talking about in each of the segments. So the first part is what is really the root of this inequality, which we are going to deliberate on explaining what the dual legal system means in Nigeria, which is only on their democracy is displayed on paper, but actually Sharia law is being practiced in some parts of the country. And then under that, we are going to look at how this structure violates the principles of equality before the law and marginalized Christians, Biafrans, and certain minorities. So with some example there, we will back it up. And then we will look at the second segment when we finish dwelling on the first one, how their faith is under attack. And this will, describe the pattern of persecution that is going on in the terrorist country called Nigeria. And we are going to make reference to the report from Inter Society and any other report that you have when you pick up the mic. We are also going to make reference to the U.S. congressional bill by Senator Ted Cruz. Yeah, and every other entity that has called for the Nigeria to be declared as CPC. Yes, that is what we'll be discussing in that section. And then my co-host, I don't know the one you'll be conversant with. When I finish introducing, I'll pass the mic to you. But if you are not ready, no problem.
Wow. Huh?
Explain how these injustices reinforce why Biafra rejects the Nigerian system. Why we cannot live under a constitution that applies one law to the killers and another to the victims. And we will emphasize on our Onyendu's long-standing message that only guarantee of safety for Biafrans. And then we will call it a day in the 5th section, which is in global attention and diplomatic engagement, and how we can come together to end this menace that is going on in our land. So that is how the space will run today. Yeah, so if you were hearing me, I believe that you might have put down 1 or 2 points. So before we start fully, I will pass the mic to my co-host to greet Biafrans before we start. Senior Citizen Ben, are you there? You have the mic, please.
Thank you very much, Tutor, for hosting us this very moment. It's 4:12 in the evening or in the afternoon, let's say that. And not to just go deep to that greetings, I could join my hands with the greetings you have done to every one of us here. And also, especially the ministers, those are the people I just greet now. But in addition, all others, which you have also mentioned, I truly salute very well. And she has able to those have already analyzed the stages that we're going to talk about this very afternoon. And we hope that many of us here that will be